The Duck and the Kangaroo by Edward Leo is a nonsense verse. Let's see what the poet talks about here. Said the duck to the kangaroo. So here we have a conversation between a duck and a kangaroo. Let us see what duck has to say to the kangaroo. Good gracious. This is an interjection which is used to express surprise, how you hope, how you jump. So here duck expresses her surprise how kangaroo jumps all the time, everywhere, over the fields and the water too. So he is capable of jumping over the fields, over the land as well as water. As if you never would stop, as if he would keep jumping incessantly without any break. My life is a bore in this nasty pond, in dirty pond. The duck feels bored and I long, she desires to go out in the world beyond, the world outside that nasty, dirty pond where she has to spend her life all the time. I wish I could hope like you, and expresses her desire to jump like the kangaroo. Said the duck to the kangaroo. The duck continues, please give me a ride on your back, and requests the kangaroo to take her on a ride on his back. Said the duck to the kangaroo, I would sit quite still and say nothing but quack, and also promises that she would not disturb him in any way. She would not say anything throughout the long day except the word quack. Quack is the sound made by ducks. And we'd go to the D and the Jelly Belly. These are the names of fictitious imaginary places, and said that they would visit these places D and the Jelly Belly over the land and over the sea, because she finds herself unable to visit these places. So she says that they would visit land and they would also go over the sea. Please take me a ride. Again requests him, oh do. Said the duck to the kangaroo. Here oh is an interjection which is used to express strong emotion. Then comes kangaroo's response in third stanza. Said the kangaroo to the duck. This requires some little reflection. He says that he needs to think over the matter, and this refers to the request, the plea made by the duck. Perhaps on the whole it might bring me luck. Taking the duck on a ride would prove to be beneficial for him, he says. And there seems but one objection. There was one reason for rejection, which is, if you will let me speak so bold. This is an expression used to sound polite. Your feet are unpleasantly wet and cold. Your feet are unpleasantly wet and cold. This is the objection raised by the kangaroo, that feet of the duck are wet and cold to a disagreeable manner. That means this was not at all a pleasant thing, and he is also worried that he would get rheumatism. Rheumatism is used for rheumatism, which is a disease of joints that causes pain and stiffness in them. Now let's see what the duck has to say. Said the duck, as I sat on the rocks, I have thought over that completely. Duck is trying her best to clear the objection raised by the kangaroo, as it could result in rejection of her request. And I bought 4 pairs of worsted socks. For this, she says that she has purchased 4 pairs of woolen socks, which fit my webbed feet neatly. Webbed feet having toes connected by folds of skin. And to keep out the cold, what she has done, I have bought a cloak. Cloak is a loose outer garment. And adds that she will also smoke. All to follow my own dear true love of a kangaroo, because she does not want to give any chance to the kangaroo to raise any objection again. She direly wishes to go on a ride on the back of the kangaroo. Said the kangaroo, I am ready, and here duck becomes successful. All in the moonlight pale and at midnight. But to balance me well, dear duck, sit steady. Kangaroo asked the duck to sit fixed, to sit unwavering. She should not move, and quite at the end of my tail also told her the location where to sit. So away they went with a hope and a bound, and they went jumping, hoping. Hope is a small jump, whereas bound is a leap, a long jump. And they hoped the whole world 3 times round, and they took 3 rounds of the world. And who so happy? Oh, who? As the duck and the kangaroo. And after their 3 rounds, they were the happiest in the world. Thank you for being with me.